Hey guys, it's Tiz again. Welcome back. So I'm back with the R3 and today I'm going to give you 5 reasons why you probably shouldn't actually buy this bike. Now, reason number 1 is potentially because you're going to outgrow this quite fast. Now, once you've spent a little bit of time on a beginner bike such as an R3 like this, you get used to the torque, you get used to the power, and you get used to how the clutch feels and how to shift if you've never actually rode a manual or even driven a manual car before. So once you learn all that, you're probably actually going to be ready for a bigger bike. So usually you're going to find this like after a year or so. Most riders tend to find after a year on a beginner's bike that they're ready to upgrade, and once you kind of get used to the cornering as well and you really get a good feel for the actual power curve and you top it out at its ceiling more often than not, you know you're probably ready for that new bike. So you could always actually get a bike to begin with that you could actually grow into a little bit more. Now I'm not talking like a 1000cc bike or anything like that, but potentially something like an R7, MT-07 would work actually quite well. Now, the R3 for complete beginners may not actually be as beginner friendly as you may potentially think. Now, I'm talking specifically in terms of the actual riding position. If you're completely new and you've maybe ridden bicycles before, you probably want something that's a little bit more upright. By all means, this bike here is no means like an actual super sport where you're leant right over the bars and all the weight's on your wrist and you get a sore lower back. But if you're completely new, maybe something like an MT-07 once again, or MT-03, where it's a little bit more upright, more comfortable, higher handlebars, that might actually suit you a little bit more. Now, also a good alternative in terms of a higher or more upright setting position that is similar, if not even more powerful than the R3 itself, is the Ninja 400. That's really cool. It's a common one beginners also get. Even a Z400 if you want a naked bike as well. So consider your options, but this is not the most upright motorcycle, but it's not as leant over as you actually get with a proper super sport. For example, like an R1 or an R9. Now the competition has actually stepped up its game, and we're talking like the RC390, the KTM RC390. There's that Ninja 400, even Ninja 500 out at the moment now. So there's other competitors out there that actually charge potentially around a similar price, maybe a little bit more, but actually provide better components and more power. And that's by no means saying the R3 suspension is bad, but it's something you're probably, if you're getting really serious, potentially tracking the future, you'll probably want to actually replace out. But if you're a beginner and you're just learning the ropes, it's plenty good. But if you want better componentry, there are other bikes available that do the job better. Now, by all means, the R3 is not a bad bike, but it's just not the class leader anymore. So once again, if there's certain features that you want from it, go for it. R3 is great in that aspect for what it does well. Otherwise, there's other bikes with more tech, more power. All right, number 4 is about the braking and suspension. So the braking and suspension's totally fine for lighter riders. Once again, beginner riders just getting straight into it. But if you're taking it really serious and you want this to be a bike that's going to be, take you hooning through every corner, keeping up with all the big dogs and more expensive bikes out there, upgrading the brakes, the braking system and the suspension can be really, really expensive. And by the time you've actually upgraded all that, spent the money on this bike, you're probably looking into around MT-07 territory in terms of getting a bike that's potentially more fitted to you in terms of power and growing with you. Now, by all means, the MT-07 suspension isn't world class either, but I think you probably get my point. But just be careful if it's something you just want to buy to learn and just briefly grow with. Potentially look for something just a little bit more expensive unless you're totally happy with what you get out of the package for the R3. And by no means don't go spending all your money on modifications, especially if you do plan to change in the future and keep it for a short amount of time. Now, I'm guilty of it as well. I've bought bikes before planning to keep them for a long term or long period of time, and then always end up selling them anyway. So just be careful with how much money you actually do throw into this bike. Okay, let's say you want to tour on this thing. You know, you want to travel thousands of kilometers, maybe hundreds of kilometers. Totally doable. Any bike you can do it on. If you're determined enough, you can ride any bike, whatever distance. Now, there's more bikes suitable, or certain bikes more suitable for certain things. And in the case of the R3, it's great for commuting. I personally commute on mine to work and back every day. And if you want to do longer distances, yeah, you can totally get used to it. However, if you are just solely looking to do long distances and that's your primary use for a motorcycle, there's far more comfortable bikes out there. You want something that's more upright once again, and something probably that has a bit more power to get you through traffic and passing traffic when required. So this isn't the boy or the girl that you want if you're purely looking to tour huge distances. Now, the Yamaha R3 is a great bike, but great doesn't mean it's perfect for you specifically. People buy bikes for all sorts of different reasons and different uses and purposes. So make sure you delve into this if you're looking at your very first bike as something that's going to fit you, and just go and try them. It's easy for me to talk and say what's good, what's bad, but ultimately you need to try them out, do the research, and make sure that it's the fit for you. All right, that's the end of the video, guys. I didn't want to keep it too long today, so if you have any questions, chuck them in the comments and I will make sure to answer as many as I can when I see the comments. If you enjoyed the video, please do give me a subscribe. It will help the channel grow. I'm wanting to get into POV videos as well, so I've just got to sort out a camera and mount it onto my helmet. But any video requests, fire away. You can DM me, chuck them in the comments, and I'll try to make something about the R3 for you if you want it. So like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.